I'm going to talk to the men for just a moment. The Bible tells us, he says this, 1 Timothy, Paul is writing to a young pastor on how to instruct their church. And here's what he says. He says, I desire that men in the place should lift up their holy hands in prayer without anger or quarreling. Men especially have a hard time when it comes to lifting up their hands in worship. They'll say, I'm more reserved. I'm not public with my display of affection. I'm more stoic and quiet. But I'm going to give pushback and I'm going to say that that's not true. So let me just show you some pictures of some men who are actually being pretty passionate. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right there. Look at that. He's got both arms up. He ain't afraid, right? Look at that guy. He's passionate. I bet you at church he worships like that too, I hope. How about this picture? What's this guy right there? Look at that. Look at that. Right? Both hands lifted up, right? Look, he's passionate. He's passionate. Look at that smile on his face. How about this picture right here? Like, that ain't no golf clap, guys. That ain't no golf clap. Yay, Jesus. No, Tiger Woods, every single man in there, let's go! Hands lifted up. Like, that's a picture of what worship looks like in men's lives. And then look, this is what men think worship looks like, right? That's what men think what worship looks like. Right? That's the idea that you have when it comes to worship, right? But biblically, this is what worship looks like. Freedom! I want you to understand that men worshiping God is one of the best things that a church can teach. To teach men how to be able to worship God. But one of the best things we do is create a culture in our church where men lovingly lead and model healthy and holy Christianity. This is what our modern world needs, because all around society, all we keep hearing about is toxic masculinity. Listen, there is a war against masculinity, and I'm not saying it's just coming from the world, but I also believe it's coming from the enemy. And what Satan would love to have is for men to sit down and shut up in a church. But what God wants for men to do is to lead and to model and to set an example and a spiritual atmosphere in your home and in this church. Because when a church has healthy, godly men, it creates an opportunity for the women and the children in the church to be able to flourish and to be able to grow, because there is a spiritual war that is happening over the house of God. And we need men who will worship in freedom and joy and spirit and truth. So men, where are my men at? I want you to worship God with freedom in your life.